Hi, Jules here. Welcome to my channel. So this is just a kind of haul video that I found in its Yorktown bookshop. It was in the rare books selection. It's a ledger from 1901. Should have been $38, but the guy actually charged me $35. He was quite interested that I was from Scotland. So it's a lovely ledger. It's a little bit dilapidated. I'm actually holding my video camera with one hand because obviously I don't have the setup here in Florida. So Yorktown is a place in Williamsburg in Virginia. So we're just going to go through. So there's the first couple of pages are, I think they're names in beautiful font. So it's kind of like an ABC selection that you see. And then we go on to the actual ledgers itself. Now I'm hoping that you can pick this up. Is that not amazing? And all the pages are like that. There's some plain pages, but most of them, and you can see that the pages are patinaed. They've got stains on them. It is quite strong paper. I've bent one of them and it doesn't crumble. What I will do is I will scan some of these pages and I will use them in future design digital kits. I'm just going, there's an ink splat, so that makes that look interesting. And it doesn't go right through. It's kind of marked it a little bit, but it's just page after page. See, there's one that's folded over, and then we've got some that haven't been fully, and I'm just going over these. Just they're all the pages. Some of the pages are empty, and which are good because I can use them in my digital kits as well. There are some really empty ones. Let me see. There's lots of ink splots and things like that. There we've got and then these kind of, it's like the billing, but the dates are all on the top. It says 1901. I'm trying not to go too fast because obviously I don't want to make you feel seasick or anything. So yes, I was really pleased with that. I've been wanting one of these for a while. They had a few different ledgers and I really would have taken them all, but it's bringing them home. It's weight. But so you will see me working on bits of this. You'll see some of it going into my digitals. And what I do like is they've got like leather corners that's missing off that one, you can see. But I like take this off. And I mean, it would have been, and it's like a fine Hessian that's on the front. It is material. I like the font on it as well. So you can see, as you can see, it's a little bit damaged, but and the corners have come off these bits. It's just with wear and tear, but I do like it. And again, I think I'll scan these bits as well because I like the patterns on them. Yeah. So what I will show you now is I've also been shopping in Michael's and Hobby Lobby. I've got a load of stuff. And I've also been shopping in the Dollar Tree as well because the Dollar Tree has some amazing things. So I'm just going to pause at the moment and then I'll come back with each shop. So I'll see you in a minute. Right, so I'm back. So this is Hobby Lobby. So you can see I'm going to go through all the little bits. I've not bought it all at once, I just bought it in bits and pieces. So first of all, I got a blending mat, and it's plastic. There's two, there's a small one, and it's for, you know, ink blending and stuff like that. And I thought it would be ideal to sit on my desk. I don't know whether it'll, you know, stick or slide. I'll need to work that out, but I can stick something on it. But it's ideal, and it'll just sit under my desk. And I thought, well, it's probably, well, it's 5B7. Yep, and it's just reusable ink blending mats. The big one's 11, so that's kind of like the US paper size, so it's 11 by 8, and the small one's the 5B7. So put that to one side. I got some tags. I don't know why I bought these. I just like tags. I usually make my own, but they're the whole reinforcers, and there's 15 for $1.49, which is quite cheap. I got some washi tape again. I don't know why, because I've got like oodles and oodles of it, but I quite like the stars and stripes, and I thought, well, it looks nice, you know, doing the little curiosity stamps and things like that, because you can half these, you can have bits of them, and I quite like the black one. And these weren't too dear, and you get 10 yards 10 yards on each, which is quite a lot for $2.99. So they'll last me a good while, probably until I come back to America again. I've got myself a mixed media pad, not that I need one, but I just liked the size of it. It's just a little dinky one. There's 18 sheets and it's a 4B6, and I thought, well, it would make like postcard type mixed media. You know, I can even make tags out of them and things like that. And it's $1.99, which is ideal. I thought I'd try some of the ink blending, the Hobby Lobby ink blending daubers. Not that I need any of these, but I quite like them. It's always nice to have quite a few, especially when you're going to do different types of inks and things like that. So that was $3.49, and then obviously you've got tax on top of that as well. Then I got some inks from here. So I got the archival inks. I got the red geranium, and I got the dark roast, and I got one of the ombre ones, the Hero Arts. These are that one's a Wendy, is it Vici? That one's just the normal Ranger one, but this is Hero Arts, and it's acid free and archival, fade resistant, on glossy papers, waterproof for watercolours and markers. So, and I quite liked it, you know, it goes from blue to kind of turquoisey blue, so I got those. I also got another date stamp, and what I liked about this is I like the font on it, so I'll go in there. So you can see I quite like the font on that. So we've got like all the numbers, and also at this one there's 20 and then nothing. I mean, obviously once it gets to 30 something, then I can't use it, but I can use it anytime because you can have old dates and things like that, but I can't go 3001 or something like that, but I'm quite happy with that. And this is a wee memory keepers. Again, this was $3.99. Then I got some stamps. So I got the wee Highland Q. Now, to come all the way to Florida to get a wee Highland Q stamp amazes me. It was $2.99. It's the red rubber, and I quite like it because I like my Scottish bits. Then I got these kind of Bible sayings. So we've got be strong and courageous. That's Joshua 1 verse 1:9. I've got with God all things are possible. Matthew 19:26. That's one of my favourite ones. And then I've got Proverbs. A sweet friendship refreshes the soul. Now, is that not just a lovely saying? A sweet friendship refreshes the soul. And you'll see it loads of times in my journals. You know, I'll be making these. Well, one of these is for a friend, so I'll let her choose which one she wants. She's been looking after the life group at home, so, and she is a crafter. She makes cards, not journals like me. But yeah, so these were $2.79 and the big one was $2.99. Then I decided to get some. Normally I make my own. These are the Tim Holtz Ideology curators. So these are the tiny little bits, and they're 233 pieces, and it was $4.99. And I thought, oh, I'm going to get one. Then I saw the paper dolls, and I have my own, but I thought 62 pieces, $8.49. I need to get some, so we got some paper dolls. Then I got an ephemera pack, which is 102 pieces, and it's just lots of like bingo, tickets, things like that. There's pictures of birds' nests, feathers, flowers. You don't see these in the craft shops at home. And then I got this one. This one I really liked, and I maybe might go and buy another one. There's 40 pieces here, and these are the photo booth photographs, because I like to use photographs on my pockets and tags and things like that. And I thought, and I quite like, some of them are sepia, some of them are black and white, and some of them are slightly coloured, like they used to colour photographs way back years ago. I've also picked up one of these. It was $9.49, so it would have been $10 probably with the tax, and it's got all the different coloured stamps, and these just peel off, and I think it doesn't say how many stamps there is. I'm just reading it. No, it doesn't. But there's quite a lot. So you've got 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, and you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 24s. So 10 24s is 240, 250. I forgot how many. It's 250 something anyway. And then you've got these kind of blank ones, so you could do your own little stamps, you know, your curator stamps and things like that. But it runs through all the colours of the rainbow, the pinks, the reds, the oranges, yellow, green, turquoise, blue, greeny blues, purples, browns, greys, and then the blank ones. So yes, I got that. I also got some Bo Bunny stamps. Now I picked this one up first, and this is the airmail stamp. And I've probably got some of these stamps somewhere, but I quite like them. It's got the distressed stamp. It's got little tiny stamps. It's got first class, but I thought, no, I quite like that. And then I picked up the mixed media one, which is lots of like distressed. I'll keep it down because when I lift it up, the sun shines. I'm outside, I'm in the patio. If you can hear water, we're at the back of the house, and there's like a big long lake with everybody's sort of like boats and everything out there. So we've got there's ink splots, there's, I'm not sure if it's like a Hessian type. It's a wider Hessian. There's like ink splots, there's rings, there's like a cross hatch that looks like some kind of text, but it's nondescript. You can't make anything out. And then that looks like a tire track. So I got that. I got some shell stars, mainly because my oldest granddaughter, I've always called her Twinkle. She's 25. She's always been my little twinkle. And I thought, well, you know, sometimes I make little bits and pieces for her, so I thought I'd just pick that up. And I like beads. I don't do much jewellery making, but I also like it for, you know, making dangles and things like that for my journals. So we got that, and that had a sale. That was half price, so I think it had been $8.99 yet, and I got it for $4. Then what I always buy when I come here is my favourite lace. I got the gold. I've still got some left, so I got 5 yards, and it was the last one, so she left it on there for me. And I got some white because I thought, well, I'd be able to colour that. That would be ideal for colouring, just little bits. So I got that. I got some bits from the bakery. I got some nice little doilies, and these are like off-white, and they're like a creamy colour, so they probably go a little bit darker when you're blending them, you know, with brown or light brown inks and things like that. I think you get 24 doilies, so that's going to last me for ages. Then what I've got is, I've got some recipe cards. Now, when my cholesterol went high, I did a diet to try and lower my cholesterol, so I started writing recipes down, you know, low cholesterol diet recipes and things like that. And what I noticed over here in the US, they have nice tins. Now, this was $1.99, and you can buy the covers, you know, to fit them in, and I will get one of the packs with the covers in. But the tins, this isn't a tin that you use for recipes. This was a lot cheaper. This was $3.59. It's one of the Christmas tins, but these fit in there quite nicely. The other tins, the recipe tins, are quite deep, and you can set them up that way, which I haven't got room in my kitchen. It's got a real ribbon on that'll probably come off over the years, but I thought, yeah, I'm gonna write all my recipes out, and it means when I go to Cyprus for 3 months, I can take some of the recipes with me. And I've been picking up some recipes here in some of the supermarkets, Publix and things like that, just things that we probably do have recipes for the same thing, but that I like the pictures. So that's my Hobby Lobby. So I'm just going to pause here a minute, and then I'll get my Michaels. See you in a minute. Okay, so this is my Michaels haul. I'm just sitting down, so I got some more inks. I got the Jet Black Archival and I got the Pebble Beach. Now the one thing that Michaels don't do is they don't leave prices on them, so I can't tell you. I think they were $6 something, but I don't know for sure. I also got some mini archivals and some mini distress inks. I couldn't buy too many because I couldn't remember which ones I had and which ones I didn't have. When I go to Cyprus, I usually take my mini inks out with me. But one of the things that I did find, and it's Recollections, it's for their own like square, which are the same size as them, but they're a lot cheaper than the Tim Holtz. So I thought, well, that was quite good. It holds 12. Yeah, it will fit them if I take the little plastic bit out. You know, it'll fit sort of like 3, 3, 3, so I can get 9. So we've got them. I got some Recollections dies. I got the little mini film strips and what looks like the photos, the long ones and the square ones. I got some more beads. I got the angels. I thought they'd be nice for doing some dangles from our Christmas journals. And again, they didn't, the only thing is the price is anything that's going in the sale. Like this one was $9.99, but it was down to 3, and it's like the little rose quartz, but they're like donut type beads. So again, I'd buy them thinking of my granddaughter because she likes those kind of things. And I got some slightly larger, these 20 pieces, and these are 6-inch diameter doilies. Again, they're not white, they're off-white, so again, they'll look nice. Sometimes the white ones don't look as nice as the cream ones when they've been blended. So I didn't buy as much at Michael's, but what I bought from Dollar Tree, it's just, I bought some little Christmas stickies, but I got this, I think it was $1.25. Let me have a look. There, you can see against that. So it's kind of the fern leaves. I like my botanicals, and I thought that would be quite nice, especially on a mixed media, especially the big one would be nice on a mixed media tag. So I got them. I got some index cards. There's 125. Actually, we've used a few, but index cards, they're normally in the UK, they're a bit smaller than this, but I quite like the 4x6. I won't, it'll take me a wee while to use them, but I thought I'd get them. I think they're blank on one side and ruled on the other, and they're not thick, they're not doesn't say what GSM or poundage or anything, but I would say it's probably about 160 GSM. I'm not sure what that is. And then what I did get, I've got some green Hessian. It's 9 feet, and yeah, these they were selling these off. They weren't £2. I think I got them for £1 or something. But there's the pumpkin kind of colour, and the green. The green I thought would be ideal for Christmas. But yeah, so that was my haul from Hobby Lobby, Michael's and the Dollar Tree, and also from the antique and Ray Book's shop in Yorktown, not Yorkston, Yorktown in Williamsburg. It's a nice, quaint little seaside, riverside actually, place, nice for tourists and things like that. But that is my haul. I hope you enjoyed it. I certainly enjoyed going around. There must be, where I am, I'm in Sarasota, and when I look at the map, there's probably about 12 Hobby Lobbies and probably about 6 or 7 Michaels. I went in a Michaels in Charlotte in North Carolina, because we started off in Charlotte, North Carolina, then we went up to Williamsburg in Virginia, and then we came back down to Charlotte, and then we flew out to Sarasota. So I've kind of visited most of the Hobby Lobbies within about 25 minutes driving time, and the Dollar Trees and the Dollar Generals and the dollar stores, and in the UK we have Poundland, B&M's and places like that, which is very much like the Dollar Tree. You get your cheap decorations, but you can pick up some brilliant stuff for crafting, so I'm always on the lookout. I did go through some Goodwill stores, but they didn't have anything that I could do. What I was looking for was old lace doilies and lacy nets and things like that, but they didn't have anything. I think you have to go to the antique type thrift shops, but I'll still keep looking. Anyway, that's enough from me, and I'll let you go, and I will see you next video. See ya. Bye. Sorry, it's a one-handed bye because the other one's got hold of my camera. Bye.